The DCEU's coasting on big budget scale has yielded big budget rewards. From the skies over the earth to the gritty urban cityscapes, here are another 5 epic moments in the DCEU. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribing. Number 5. Superman's first flight, Man of Steel. You will believe a man can fly was the mantra behind the original Superman, and it was something that Henry Cavill's suits had to live up to in Man of Steel. Luckily, he more than did. After getting his suit from Jor-El, Cavill's Kent decides to test his limits by trying to take to the air. Whilst his initial attempt results in, well, his second attempt more than succeeds. Hans Zimmer's beautiful score combined with Snyder's visuals and a mere mockery cinematography made this an amazing, joyful moment. Number 4. Black Canary screams, Birds of Prey. One of the hardest aspects of writing a superhero film is figuring out how to add drama when your world is populated with characters who can end a conflict in one blow. Rarely do we have the epic power reveal. Luckily, 2020's Birds of Prey opted for the epic reveal. Black Canary goes through the entire film getting out scraps with her legs more than her lungs, but when she finally unleashes her canary cry, we see her true power. Not only did it look amazing, but it served to remind us that despite the story being a mafia revenge film, we're still in a world of gods and monsters. Number 3. That's How I Cut and Run, Suicide Squad. Yeah, we know Suicide Squad gets a lot of rightful hate from audiences, but it doesn't mean it was all bad. David Ayer's knack for street action set up one of the better scenes in the film. In it, Task Force X is repelling an army of Enchantress's mutated goons. When it seems like the squad is about to be overwhelmed, Deadshot takes centre stage. Climbing on top of a car, he mows down all the enemies with precise aiming. Backed by Stephen Price's great score, we get an epic moment for the man who can't miss.
That's how I cut and run.
Number 2. Well, Here I Am, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. David vs Goliath laid the mythological foundation for the confrontation between Batman and Superman. The idea of a regular human facing off against a god has an inherent appeal. When Supes finally arrives to face the Dark Knight, we see the detective unintimidated. Rather than flinch or even step back in caution, Batman instead gives a smirk and says,
"Well, here I am."
Badass and epic. Number 1. Aquaman arrives on the Karathan, Aquaman. Aquaman was the film DC fans didn't know they needed, eschewing the drab palette and grim stories of Batman v Superman and Man of Steel for a more colourful and fun film reminded fans that DC could do more than just brood. If the completely animated scene of guys riding sharks and shooting lasers didn't remind you that this film is meant to be big fun, then surely the sequence of Aquaman rising into battle atop the colossal Karathan did the job. With lightning crackling and Arthur yelling, we got an epic scene. And there you have it, another 5 epic moments in the DC Extended Universe. 7 years of movies have produced plenty of hits. Leave them in the comments below and be sure to subscribe to Flickering Myth for more content.